In 1946, Charles Paxton built an adobe house in Southern California. By 1962, it was converted into a Mexican restaurant. The adobe was razed in 2021 despite many local historians' advice. The lot has been sitting vacant until recently in 2025 when one skater named Aaron spent 80 plus hours digging up the pond. As of recently, it's become the hottest skate spot in Southern California.
Today we're going to check out this pond pool thing. It's kind of become the really hot spot. I've been hesitant to skate it or go there at all because many factors. I'm going to get on the road and we'll explain a little bit like how the spot just got blown out so fast. And when I tell this story, by no means am I blaming anybody or anything. I just kind of want to point out the just nuances of skaters, building spots, finding spots, and everything like that. Let's get on the road. Basically a guy named Aaron, who I'm going to not give his last name away in case he doesn't want to be attached to this spot. Spent around 80 hours digging this pond, this pool up, which is crazy. That's like a lot of time, right? And then by the time that he was done, the first day that it was skatable, I guess a bunch of people came. I'm going to keep them anonymous. Basically, a filmer brought a bunch of skaters. He told the skaters that I do know, some which are professional, that he found on Google Earth. And the guy was leaving the spot, like as he was getting done, digging everything up, got the first session, and the filmer came. And I guess they had some sort of like weird look or something. This is all hearsay. But basically, the filmer just felt like, I'm going to put this on Instagram right away. So filmed a bunch of stuff of the said skaters, put it on Instagram. And the spot basically was like already out there on social media the day that he first was able to skate it. So that was a little bit of a bummer. And I get it. I see it both ways of when he sees a really cool spot and you find it, who knows how the filmer found it. All I'm saying is like when that type of thing happens, it is a bummer because like you want to get a couple days of skating it before it's like already on social media. However, that's just how things work nowadays. It's unfortunate because I get it. Like as someone that builds spots, fixes spots, like sometimes things just get blown out really fast. And unfortunately, after that filmer posted everything, a team manager went there like the next day. Basically, a magazine editor went there. Like tons of people started going there, like some of the best skaters in Southern California. And it was a matter of like 4 days after that guy basically got the spot going that there was like already probably like 50 clips on Instagram from numerous and different people. And no one's to blame. And who knows what happened. But the funny and the craziest part, and I have a theory, but it's going to be a green light, so I'll finish up really quick, is that it's actually on Google Maps now. Like some kid put it on Google Maps. So like if you type in skate park or skate spot, you could find it now, which is really unfortunate. But it's a green light. I'll tell you more in a second. It just pulled up, driving and talking is not a good idea. So I didn't do any more of that. Don't worry. But we're going to go in there. I'm going to show you. You might be thinking like, hey, you're part of the problem, like going there and filming this video. But I heard it's going to get taken out or bulldozed in the next like couple days from somebody. So let's jump in. We'll show you the spot. The point that I wanted to get at too is just like, this is this is just how it happens in skateboarding. I made a video a while back of I fixed up a spot in the middle of the mountains, and me and some friends were walking on the side of the road to get to the said spot just for a second. And someone pulled over and they're like being all sus, and like we all stopped. Like we didn't know what was going on. The guy came up. He's like, "What are you guys doing?" And I just told him like, "Oh, we're skating." He's like, "Oh, where's the spot?" And basically, long story short, I was like, "Oh, I realized who this dude is. His name is Davey Jed." I told him where the spot was. Him and some buddies put it on Instagram like a couple of days later. I wasn't upset by it because I get it, and that's just how it is. It was just so funny because that's just how it goes sometimes. Sometimes people just see things. This spot is very open to the public around here. Some kid probably saw people skating it or walking up with all their skateboards like, where are they? Where are they at? And then they put it on Google Earth. That is crazy, or Google Maps. That's just how it goes sometimes. I don't know. It's one of those things where you can't really fight it. And that's my quick little story about like spots getting blown out. It's just how it goes sometimes. So look at this entrance. It's pretty sick. Wow. That is pretty amazing. Yeah, I thought it was pole coping, but this is actually tile along the whole thing. So that is pretty rad. From my understanding, it's a little bit slippery. So I'm just going to stretch a little bit before I jump in there. It's really clean around here. I'm surprised. Like the skaters have been doing a good job of like all the dirt was like blown out clearly. But yeah, this thing is insane. I don't know quite what the history is, like why it's here or what it was for. Looks like it's like some kind of like bird bath type of situation. Or it was a pool, but it just must be so old school. I'm going to look into that. So hopefully I can figure that out in this video. But yeah, if you subscribe to my channel, I've been watching for the last like, I don't know, couple months or even the last year. I've been working on having a healthy diet, healthy routine, just like a daily routine is really important for me. Actually, this morning I took like a mile walk. I did like 100 jump ropes. I always do that. So I think it's like just good as you get older to have those healthy habits. I quit smoking weed as well. That was a whole battle in itself. I've actually made a video about it. And I have been using these Magic Mind performance shots that focus. Yeah. Oh, cat. What's up, cat? Sick. Local cat. Basically for like good focus. Also, they have these sleep performance shots. I'll get into that in a second. But yeah, this is part of my daily routine now. I've been using these for like the past couple of months. I love them. They actually taste really good too. Good way to like start the session. And like I said in the previous quitting and smoking weed video, I won't go too much into that because you're probably sick of me harping on it. But going to sleep was the hardest thing, like just breaking the habit of like getting to bed. So the sleep performance shots have been really nice. I guess they're performance shots. Yeah, the sleep shots are really nice. I've been loving those. I've been taking them like 30 minutes before I go to bed. My wife has actually been stealing them because she sees how fast I like knock out. So big shout out to Magic Mind for sending me these bad boys, these performance shots. I like to take one before I skate and then one before I go to bed. Like I said, I have quite a few still at home. Super hyped on them. So thanks for sending me these bad boys. I actually have a link down below to get a discount. And I do a couple stretches and then we'll get in this bowl before anybody else shows up. I really wonder like how slippery it is. I mean, it is pretty slick, not gonna lie. Like, it's almost slipperier when I'm walking on it than skating on it. I don't know if that makes sense, but I'm riding my 99 Duro 58 millimeters, which help a lot. So I'm not having to like gain a lot of speed. But yeah, first couple rips, this thing, I get the appeal now. I get why people are really skating here a lot. Now I get why people are alling into it and then doing a trick, because it's so gradual when you're going up it. It's hard to keep your speed. Like that lip side took a lot of getting myself up there, and then it's also slippery, so that could like when you're trying to get speed, you normally like have to like pump the ground or like swerve a little bit, but you don't want to do that because it's a little slippery. So I think that's why the ollie in is probably a good move here, and because you have all this deck space. So you try to keep the legs going a little bit more. I do have another spot I want to hit today, a really cool Jersey Barrier channel spot with a couple homies. So I'm just hyped to skate the spot like solo. It's pretty dope. That's the other reason I came solo, is because I still want to contribute to the blowout factor, even though making this video does contribute to it. Although I'm not telling people where it is, I'm not dropping a pin or anything like that. Shout out to Aaron for digging this thing up. Like, you roll, dude. Like, shout out to everyone that gets spots going. Yeah, get a couple more licks. Maybe I can do an ollie in and do something a little harder. But hyped to skate this right now. Man, what a fun spot. Again, shout out to Aaron for getting this thing dug out. 80 hours of digging, all solo work by himself. So yeah.
The demolition to this lot in 2021 was intended to make way for affordable housing like mini condominiums sitting next to this space. It's a matter of time before the pond is demoed and becomes a multi-leveled housing complex. Until that demolition, I'll save more specific history about this space for a future video.
There's going to be a Thrasher video here, pretty sure, probably independent trucks video. Like, a bunch of people are here filming every day. I'm hyped to get it in the morning. Solo session, so I'm a little scared to go like really ham and go really hard on it and try something a little more difficult. I'm a little scared, so if it sticks around for like another week or two or month or something, then I'll definitely come back, get more skating. But yeah, For now, we're gonna get some lunch and then head over to this other really cool DIY skate spot. All right, got to the Jersey Barrier spot. This thing is insane. I'm not sure who built this, so I'm not sure who to give credit to. It's built really well. They even like did the cemental on the ground, which is really nice because this ground is a little rough. Like you could get through it, but having this little concrete patching is really, really nice. Also, I think the most impressive thing about this though is this curb. Like the fact that they put a curb in this little channel area is not only like really good, like it's well done work, but like the perfect length of a curb, perfect length of Jersey Barrier gap. So like that's pretty nice. But yeah, check out this rollet. Pretty sure they use some cemental for this stuff. Like it looks really, really nice, kind of cracking, and it looks fresh. Unlike the other spot we were just at, it's not super blown out or anything. Maybe they're keeping it low key for now. It's crazy like how much transition there is. Like look how far it starts here all the way up, and it's really mellow. Like compared to whoever built that last Jersey Barrier that I've been skating a little bit by the school. See the tag, Big Indy. A lot more transition. Probably just use more dirt, like put more dirt and then put the transition on there. But yeah, it's really good. I gotta like keep my legs moving because I'm gonna cramp up if I don't keep skating. So I'm just gonna roll on it a little bit, kind of test it out, see where the boys at. They might, who knows, maybe they don't make it. I know they stopped at a skate park, so they might not even be making the session. Sometimes that's how it goes when you're older. Get to a skate park and you have fun, you gotta run it up. But I'm just on a DIY mission today. But look at this thing, like not DIY, but sorry, skate mission today outside the parks. But look at this spot, it's so sick. So yeah, one of my homies found this, I'm pretty sure just driving by, and saw it by happen chance. I think I'll get more information on it from him later. But yeah, just gonna get the legs moving because you know, car legs, it happens. But this spot is so sick. If I can figure out who built it, I'll let you guys know. It says Pulse 24, so it can't be that new. Like it was definitely built last year, which is only a couple weeks ago. Kind of harder to skate than I expected. It's almost like bank to curb because the transition's not like very transition-y, if that makes sense. Like it's pretty banked, which is rad. Like I'm not saying it's a bad thing, it's just different than what I would expect when I saw the photo of this Jersey Barrier. I just blew it out a little bit. Maybe I'll get a couple licks on this other side right here. I'd like to show board slide. I feel like that's got potential to board slide off it. The ground is pretty rough, so now I get why they cement tall or added some concrete to the ground. Definitely makes sense. It's a little rough, blew it out. I mean, just to give you some insight, there's the ground. So yeah, I mean, pretty cool spot. I'm gonna try to tinker around with it a little more. The legs are good now. I just having a hard time skating it, to be honest. So it grinds really good. I just couldn't figure out how to get into it, but 50-50 is really fun. I feel like you have to kind of slap into it. The first transition, you can ride right into it. It's like a little banked right at the end. The second one's a little more steep, so you can just kind of, like, there's less of a slappy, like, if that makes sense. But 50-50 is cool. Maybe I can board slide it or people grind it. Smith grind it would be cool. A lot of options. I'm just trying to figure out how to skate it, because right now, like, I was struggling for a second. I was like, maybe I got nothing else for this, but 50-50 worked really good. I think it's grinding and sliding really nicely. Like, they put a lot of, seems like lacquer or work on the top, because it's sliding. It's moving quick. Let's say like moving tricks on it, like grinding or sliding, is probably going to be easier than doing any stalls. It looks like they grinded down the Jersey Barrier like just as high as the curb is, so that the curb can sit right on top of the Jersey Barrier, which I've never seen that technique, which is really rad. Because the way it gets on there is like, it's really well done. What I mean by, like, they cut this area, you can almost see where there's a line, and then they place it in there, so it's like it's sitting on the actual barrier versus like sitting on top. That's what makes it really cool. There's definitely a lot of potential. Like, sounds corny, but I can almost see like bikers doing some crazy stuff here. I'm talking too much in this video, but it's one of those things that I do when I'm trying to like think of tricks or trying to skate. I'm like talking sometimes, just like I don't know. It motivates me. I'm like, I'm not just sitting here alone. I feel like I'm talking to the homies on the other side of the screen. I just found a bee's hive. Look at this thing. It's gnarly. Like, I don't know if you can see that, but that's a giant beehive right there. I don't want to get too close and mess with them, but yeah, big old beehive right there. Sketchy. Like, I'm not too crazy about bees. Like, have some homies where like if there's bees, they're not even skating the spot. I feel like if you just leave them alone, do your thing, they don't really care. I just don't want my board to go over there. If my board hit the beehive, like slipped out, that would be another problem. Just want to make sure I'm actually like popping out so I don't land in the transition accidentally. Like, I need to pop away from the barrier or right into it. I'm trying to pop out though. Falling on this ground sucks. Chews you up. I'm gonna put my jacket on. I'd rather mess my jacket up than my skin right now. Ground chew out is a little brutal. Man, that's kind of been the MO lately. Like, I'm like, I don't know, getting my confidence building again. I don't know why. I don't know. Sometimes you have those funks where you slam and then like you have slam trauma, if that makes sense. And I'm still injured a little bit. I shouldn't be skating, a little irresponsible, but once I got that first feeble, the second one was a lot easier. So who knows? Maybe, I mean, it would be cool to go feeble all the way off the end. I'm gonna give myself a breather, get some water though. I remember what I was trying to say now. I think what I was trying to get at is like, I have to like build blocks, and once I get one, I can normally do it 1 or 2, maybe 3 more times. Like, I'm not one of those skaters that just like sends it, and like, if that makes sense. Like, some people are just really good at like locking in, sending it, and like just committing. I have to like tinker my way to that commitment factor. It takes me a long time, but I'm not mad about it. I'm hyped to be out here skating today. I'm hyped to get the feeble. I got that. Ooh, so I did get some tricks off the end of the Jersey barrier, like when my friend Matt was filming. I'm saving some of those clips for a future video, so I'm not going to put them in here, but stay tuned for all that. Also, you can get 45% off of Magic Mind drinks at magicmind.com/DowdyJan. That's DOWDYJAN, and there's a link down in the description. Check them out if you're interested.